Hey everyone, I'm Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live, and you're watching and listening to Pizza Beer Revolution. Welcome.
Nailed it.
Right,
Or
one and done.
nailed it,
One and
man.
done.
Or
You've done this
see
before.
it. I don't know which one. This is during or before.
Can you do it in Spanish? We have a very big Spanish.
Claro que sí. Buenos días. Qué lástima. Me llama Colin Jost.
Sophisticated podcast, baby. Now tell me something good. Oh, yeah.
What's up, everybody? Pizza Beer Revolution, Mike Polano, Joe Maffei, Derek DeAngelis, Joe Gatto, and we are here again at the Fast Lane Daily Studios.
Woo! I'm Derek D in here.
Why can't I say your last name?
I don't know. I just like to go by Derek
No,
D.
he's got to go by Derek D, man.
Do you want me to do it again?
Let's do it again. Let's do it again.
I don't have to do that.
You made a big stink about it. I mean, we don't want to mess on. You know.
Yeah, I mean, if you make us think about it, we gotta
Yeah,
redo
dude,
it
yeah.
again. I was joking. You know what I mean? Like, is it? It's your name. It's your God-given name.
Yeah.
Do you have a is there a problem? Do you not
it's,
like
it's
the name?
his thing, dude. It's his thing. You let him do it. All
What's
right,
your mom's maiden name?
No one's ever. Everybody's gonna. We'll be all right. Let's just get through it.
Tarenti?
Let's get through it. Here we go.
with that.
And here we go.
What's up, everybody? Pizza Beer Revolution, Mike Polano, Joe Maffei, Derek Chianti, Joe Gatto. We're here in the Fest.
I'm sorry. I hate to be a
made-
sticker, Mike. You did it again. Can we just do it one more time? But sorry, you just messed up. It's Derek D in the studios.
Sorry.
This is the wrong music.
I'm sorry.
Everyone is tuning out.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? Pizza Beer Revolution, Mike Polano, Joe Maffei, Derek.
It's D. It's D.
Like the letter.
The letter D.
You want Gatto? I think maybe,
I'll take it. Ready?
All right, Joe, yes.
What's up, everybody? Oh, I started talking when the girl. Could you just do it one more time?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, everybody. Pizza Beer Revolution. It's Joe G.
Oh,
Let's do
man.
it. Here we
Okay.
go.
Right?
All right.
Go ahead, bud.
Hey, what's up? It's Pizza Beer Revolution. Mikey P, Joe G, Joe M, Derek D.
Now we're energized. Now we're a boy band.
Good. I love it. I love
Thanks again for having us, Derek, at Fast Lane Daily Studios. Gatto, thanks for guest hosting.
My pleasure.
We're going to have Colin Jost on the B side of this Thursday, so check that out. He's obviously, you know him from Saturday Night Live. I bet he's going to be a swell fella.
How do we get him?
You know what I mean?
Harvard.
I'm looking forward to talking to him.
He's the guy. He looks like a swell fella.
Right?
He looks like a proper gent.
A proper gent?
Yeah, proper gent.
What does a proper gent look like?
Colin Jost.
I kind of walked right into that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
So Derek, I dig the studio space here, man.
Thanks.
It's pretty cool. Why don't you break it down a little bit for the PBR listeners that might not know you from Fastlane Daily?
Yeah, we're right in Midtown Manhattan. We have a studio here, and it's not like your typical TV studio. We are an online show, but we make it work, and it's great to have our own space. We used to be on Next New Networks with Barely Political and Key of Awesome with
Guys, we
Mark.
just had on.
Yeah, like we were all in the same space, and then that went away, and the only couple shows that kept going were us, them, and that's pretty much it.
Nice.
YouTube owns them, but we're independently owned. But yeah, Fastlane Daily, check it out if you like cars. Even if you don't like cars, you like to laugh, you want to learn some cool shit along the way. I think we bring it. We're like the Daily Show meets Tosh.0 about car news.
That's something we didn't get to on last week's episode with the guys from Barely Political. YouTube owns them?
Yeah, YouTube bought Next New Networks, and it was called YouTube Next Lab. And with that, they bought Barely Political as well, which is the only original show that was on Next New Networks that was bought by YouTube. Bought by Google.
Owned by Google.
Google.
Well, how many is that a commonplace for big shows on YouTube? They buy them?
Rare.
Or is that's rare?
They haven't
rare
talked to
that-
us yet.
They
Well,
have
not
their, on over in Chelsea Market. There's the YouTube Space New York on the 6th floor, and then Barely Political has their own studio on the 5th floor, like theirs. It's
Right.
theirs, and it's awesome. Like and Mark and Todd, those guys are great, and I've known them as long as I just remember when Next Network started, and I saw Mark came in there. I'm like, this guy's hilarious, and he's doing good things. I need to know him, meet him, and work with him. And I just
Yeah, he
I
was
was
fun.
like, guys, anytime you need anyone and any of your sketches, pull me aside. We're all in the same studio. And just from there.
It was a fun episode.
Were you always an opportunist?
What do you mean?
Like someone
Me or
who,
Derek?
Derek.
Why'd you look
seek
at me
out
and ask
these
that question?
opportunities?
I mean-
Because I don't want to do this.
I mean, I think you have to, but not in the sense of like being annoying or like trying to put yourself, you know, you just people see that you're genuine and you genuinely.
That's interesting that you put opportunist as a bad thing.
I don't know if I stipulated that.
Well, it was in your tone. If you listen back, Joe, it was in your tone.
Mr. D.
All right, so hey, Gatto, I was thinking about it the other day. I was thinking about Harbor Road.
Yes, my childhood home growing up. Harbor Road.
Kind of, not only the Gatto home, right? But I feel like if you were in Amato,
Yep.
it was.
Well, our grandparents lived there.
Our parents.
And our grandparents lived there, and so our parents grew up there,
Right.
and then my mother and father bought it from our grandparents. So your mother's bedroom was my bedroom. We
Right.
grew up in the same room.
So and it's kind of it's an interesting house. A couple things that kind of stick out in my mind, and correct me if I'm wrong, because the house isn't there anymore. It's knocked down.
Yep.
Right. It was on Harbor Road, and
Sad.
It is very sad,
Yeah,
man,
that's
because when I'm
the
telling you, like a
childhood, yeah.
clan, generations of the Amato clan had very important experiences there. Like it's crazy, you know. Now it's condos, but things that stick out in my mind. In the kitchen, you can pull out the washer machine that would run. You would roll it into the middle of the kitchen, and the hose would run into the toilet
Yeah.
in the bathroom.
And if you didn't put the hose into the toilet when the washing machine ran, you'd flood the kitchen.
Right?
Yep.
So I'm not remembering that correctly. And the bathroom was pink.
Wait, one of those weird orange hoses?
No, was it?
Yeah, it was like one of those pool filter hoses. My
Yeah.
father extended it with that.
Oh, right. Ingenuity, Italian ingenuity.
Yeah, yeah.
Almost seems more work to actually wash the dishes with the dishwasher than actually just go to the sink. And
No, it was the washing machine.
Do you want some clean clothes or
Washing
what?
machine. Oh, okay.
It was a washing machine, so if you want to clean clothes, that's how you had to do it. And then
you
at
can make
least,
pasta fazool and wash the dishes.
at least once a month, we flooded the whole kitchen. At least once a month.
Which had indoor-outdoor carpeting on
Yes, it
one
did.
part. Okay, so
we had indoor-outdoor carpeting because of the washing
Right.
machine. You couldn't have good carpet in there.
The second thing, if you walked through that kitchen past that pink bathroom, you would go through a dining room, then up 2 steps, and to your right was a full bar.
Yep.
In the middle of the living
That
room.
our grandfather built.
Which had a wall of death. It had 3 things: a wall of death. It had pictures of the girls in their dancing outfits and guns.
Yep. Yeah, my father was a hunter, so he had some of his prizes on the wall. And
like
then
deer heads and stuff?
Deer heads and stuff, and his guns on display for my sister's boyfriends. And my, my sisters and my mother growing up took dancing school they went to. So every
Right.
year they got a picture, and they did it for 12 years. So all the pictures were up
And
of them
boy, were
growing
these
up.
pictures impressive.
So you get these pictures like them all in like cowboy hats.
Yeah, the whole thing, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the third thing is it was almost railroad style as you walked up a semi-spiral of a
Yep.
staircase.
Yep.
And you had to walk. If you go right, it was the girls' room. If you walked left, you had to go through Joey's room to get to my aunt and uncle's room.
parents' room, yeah.
So like privacy was none.
oh
Yeah,
man,
they had to walk
right.
through my room to go into walk through my room to get into their room.
And lastly, in the bathroom, it had a sliding pocket door for the upstairs bathroom,
With
and it
2
had a
pennies.
penny stuck in it. Right.
Yeah.
So my ultimate question was, where do you think those comic influences come from in Harbor Road? It was like it's a comedic
It is, yeah. It's
spot
like a
when
fun
you really
house.
break it down, man.
house,
It's
yeah.
almost impossible not to grow up laughing.
We used to put on comedy sketches at the bar that you spoke of with puppets. My sisters and I. My parents one year bought us puppets, and we'd be behind and put on a puppet show from behind the bar. And I never got the mouth timing right, so I'd always talk when the mouth was closed, and my sisters would always yell at me about it. My only line was, "My name is Ralph," because they were singing like, "My name's Tweedledee, my name's Tweedledum," and then I would have to pop up and go, "And my name is Ralph," and I did it backwards, and they would always yell at me.
Are your sisters performers too?
No, my sister Carla's the funniest woman I know. Yeah. But they are not.
Did I meet her at the show?
Anything perform? Yeah, Carla was there.
100%.
Yeah,
She
she
the
looks
one-
like me.
No,
She's the one
Gina-
that said take something to eat.
No, that was
That
Gina.
was Gina.
That was my eldest sister.
Gina's motherly.
Gina's motherly.
Carla is too.
Carla's
but-
motherly too. Yeah. Carla. The thing about that makes my sister Carla so funny is that she tells a story like nobody else.
I was
gonna
cracking up at some woman that might be her. She was hilarious.
Yeah.
Tells a hell of a story.
Her, Carla, and my sister Roxanne
Very close.
can tell stories, man. Holy,
Yeah.
it's like unbelievable.
Joe, I have a question. Did you, Sal, Murr, and Q know each other from childhood or
High school. We met freshman year of high school in 1990.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we know each other 25 years at this point.
And did you start when you started the Tenderloins later on, or did you have
We started that after college. We went separate ways, and then we came back and formed the comedy troupe in '99.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome. I mean, talk about like having experience with the
That's
people
why,
in your
yeah.
group. Like you could just
You draw from
call
so
on
much.
things. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so awesome.
You got to figure they probably had pretty interesting homes too from growing up. And
Murray's family dynamic is eerily similar to mine. He's the youngest, has 2 older sisters that are very close in the same age bracket. Q is a middle child, and Sal's the oldest child. So I do see different things like that. Like Sal with his sisters is very fatherly. Like my oldest sister is very.
That's why that
motherly.
one episode was.
Yeah, with his little. Yeah, whenever we mess with his sisters, it's very. It strikes a different chord with him. But Q actually has no sisters. He's the only one that has no sisters. He's got two older brothers.
Oh, he
an older
does have
brother and a
brothers,
younger
yeah.
brother. Yeah, he's got two brothers in the middle. Yeah, but we all grew up in the same sort of Italian-ish, Staten Island-ish household. So I think that's where a lot of it comes.
It's interesting because I grew up in a pretty Italian-ish household, and I'm not funny at all. But
but you were rich. We were real poor.
I'm sorry. Maybe that's the cause. But we had like a big record player, one of those big wooden jobs. Kind of looks like you'd put a TV in it now, but it was just a record player. And I would spin the Great White North album over and over again. You guys listen to that?
No. What?
Oh,
yeah.
The Great White
Hoser.
North. Exactly. Bob
Wait,
W.
there was an
Kenzie.
album?
Yeah, and
A
it has
comedy
the best
album.
comedy album with the best Christmas song ever.
What is it?
It's their version of like the 7 Days of Christmas or 12 Days of Christmas, but they do
man.
7.
That's not where Spuds McKenzie comes from, right? That's not where the dog comes from. Although they were
No, the
McKenzie
dog
brothers.
was Hoser.
Hoser, and he could fly.
Yes.
right.
Only when he drank beer.
So good. You're not familiar with the? I think that's from a Second City troupe. They weren't SNL guys, but they were.
No, they
it
were
was
like
Rick
with-
Moranis.
Like whatever John Candy was into. That
Yeah, Second City.
Yeah, that
It
was
was,
it.
Rick Moranis was one of them, and I don't know the other guy's name, but if you saw him immediately,
I would know who he
Rick
was.
Moranis is from Honey I Shrunk the Kids,
Yep,
right? So
Ghostbusters.
good.
And it's weird with that. I was listening to a lot of those National Lampoon albums, like the White Album through that and everything like that. You guys listen to those? The National Lampoon used to put out all these comedy albums, kind of similar to like Frank Zappa and stuff like that.
Yep.
So I don't know if that influenced my lack of comedy skills or not. Maybe I didn't learn how to borrow from them well.
But you could play a comedic record like nobody's business.
Exactly. Like right now, I put on Aziz Ansari on a CD, and I'm just awesome at it.
You are like a comedic DJ.
I gotta be honest, man. Like listening to you speak right now and knowing, because Joe Maffei, let's be honest, you're a little bit quirky of a guy, right?
Yeah.
Anybody who listens,
Hi.
to this, right? Anybody, not that kind of quirky.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But off tempo. Like anyone who listens to PBR loves you for your either brilliant comedic timing or your terribly awful comedic timing, right? Like that's why we love Joe.
But
Maffei.
I feel like you're like an encyclopedia too with certain things.
Right.
Like you just have knowledge.
but the fact that
Is he smart or is he
he's
really stupid?
Easily the most interesting person at this table.
right?
I'd say.
But that's kind of my point. For you to point out that Frank Zappa and the McKenzie brothers were your influences, it totally makes sense now. You know what I mean? Because Frank Zappa is on another planet.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And this is who you're listening to as a youth. It makes perfect sense.
You've been ruined by Zappa.
He named his kid Moon Unit.
Moon Unit. Who's the other one? Pauly Shore. Right? Isn't
Pauly Shore?
That's one of
The
Frank
Weasel?
Zappa's kids.
Is that really one of his kids?
No. It might be. I don't know.
No, Moon Unit, and I forget the other one's name.
Dweezil Zappa.
Dweezil Zappa.
You know, I met, what's his name, Pauly Shore. He was coming out of a bathroom in a restaurant, and he had this like spot on his shirt. I'm like, dude, you got a spot on your shirt? He's like, Tex-Mex, buddy. And he walked back to
No
his
way,
table.
that's great.
Pauly Shore, I don't care what anybody says, hands down. The son-in-law, it was a great.
That is a funny movie.
Yeah, it holds up to this day. Do you agree?
I agree. I thought it was a funny movie. Yeah. I don't find Pauly Shore funny.
That movie was funny.
I thought the movie was funny.
He still does stand up. I know. I mean, like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
at the Laugh
He
Factory
does
a
it.
lot in L.A. I know.
Yeah.
Well, he has a lot to. I don't 60%, but I think his mom ran it.
That,
Right.
yeah,
Or
that, I knew
something like that.
something. Yeah, something like that.
So I don't know. What about your influences, Derek?
Me comedy
Yeah,
wise.
like you're a funny dude.
I mean, like stand up wise, I loved Robin Williams' energy. Stand up, I loved.
It's a little sad now to talk about him, though.
Yeah, well, that sucks.
Why?
I'm talking about his comedy, not his.
I don't know
not
if
his
you know.
death.
Right? It's like, look, you want to hold my hand for this? I have something to break to you. Robin Williams. He's dead.
Oh no, I knew that.
Okay.
I always like Richard Pryor, Eddie Murphy. I like a lot of people don't like Dane Cook. I like Dane Cook. I like.
Hate Dane Cook. Hate his
like,
comedy. I don't hate him. I just wish he has uncomfortable sunburn.
The BK Lounge.
I love Louis C.K. Chris Rock. I remember Chris Rock, and when I do stand up, I'm very much like back and forth. I remember Chris Rock said, because my dad would be like, well, it's good, but I feel like, you're moving too much. And I'm like, well, I stop and tell a story, but I'm moving along because Chris Rock said, if you're just standing there at the mic and people could look away and talk to their friends and look back, they know you're going to be there. If you're moving, they got to follow you.
Keep your eyes
They got to
on you.
follow. They got to keep their eyes on you. They got to know you're moving around and you want the attention at all times. So, and I'm just at high energy when I'm on stage. So
one of my favorite skits ever was Eddie Murphy doing the first black president, how he would be so in shape because he would just be running back and forth giving his speeches.
Chris Farley and stuff. Like, I mean, come on.
You know what I'm really interested in? Like, we're talking about like comedic influences. I would like to hear what Philip. I would like to hear Philip do Bill Cosby.
Well, let me try this here. Well, the pudding.
It actually sounds like the pudding voice already.
It's kind of the same.
Theo.
It's tough, right?
About the pudding and the Theo and the...
You put the pudding in the Theo?
Well,
No wonder he's not on the show anymore.
Right? I was gonna say, knowing Cosby now, he might have tried to put the.
Well, I can't do it that well, sorry. But I can tell you about photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis.
Oh, yeah, I'm into that big time.
How so?
Sun and the plants, the water.
I got it all figured out.
Come on.
One word, green.
I eat green.
What is your since we're gonna have Colin on the show, I want to ask this question. What your all-time favorite skit from SNL that sticks out in your head and you can just picture to a T?
Oh, that's easy, right? I hit the Christmas special. It's got Justin Timberlake. Soup, there it is.
Oh,
Bring it on down to Holmesville.
That was good. That's
Those
recent,
are all
man.
good. But he does that like that. Take it on down to whateverville.
Yeah.
Like
He's recalled it a couple times.
I don't know. There's a few. Like I think being a web person, like Lazy Sunday, like boom went boom, like web video for them. But Mick Foley, Chris Farley,
Motivational speaker was great.
I mean, oh man, that's so good. But I love the Mom Jean skit. I love the Mom Jean skit. It's genius. It's hysterical. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I have one that sticks out in my head that I don't know if it was the time in my life when I saw it. I'm going to say it, and none of you are ever going to have seen it. For some reason, it was the most amazing experience for me when I saw this. And every time I bring it up, no one has ever seen it. And John Travolta was on, and I think he was a 5-timer. It was his 5th time hosting SNL.
The Five Timers Club?
He was in the 5-timers club. I was in San Diego, California when I was watching this, and I remember it so vividly because the guy I was watching it with freaked out. He's like, he's a 5-timer. Because I think at that point, he might have been one of the first 5-timers. Like Sidney L'Esperance. Fact check that if John Travolta was one of the first 5-timers. So it was one of the most amazing sketches I'd ever seen in my life. You can Google it. You can YouTube it. You can ask Colin Jost when he gets here about it. No one knows where it is. You cannot find it.
Yeah, your record's intact. None of us have seen it.
I don't remember.
I just searched the SNL 40 app that has all their sketches.
You can't find it.
You can't. It's not in there.
It's untraceable.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was not good.
Yeah, did it happen?
It blew. It happened.
Maybe it didn't happen.
You know.
I mean, California was a foggy time.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Heroin's a hell of a drug.
Zed's dead, baby.
You guys ready for a little game?
Always ready for a game.
All right.
That's why I come on.
You got to play a game on PBR. This time we're going to play Ask the Gatto, and people out there who might not know what Ask the is, we're going to pass around some characters. Ask the today is SNL character. All right. So in this cup, you're going to pick a name, and then one of us is going to ask a politically charged statement, and you're going to have to answer the statement or comment on it as your SNL character. Each of us is going to do one statement. You ready to go?
Ready to go.
So pick one and pass it around. Don't tell us who it is.
Pass it around?
Pass the cup around. Right? Each of you guys pick. I'll go first. Dennis, you're going to keep score. See how many I can get right. My commentary is the Cold War. It's preheated up. That's right.
The Cold War is preheated up?
That's right. I meant to say reheated, but my speech impediment got in the way.
Just got to turn to 350 and wait 20 minutes.
There he is.
Wait, what's your question? The
Cold War. It's reheated up.
Just a commentary on that. Ready?
Good.
So I have to answer it?
No, you have to answer it as your SNL character. You pick.
So I'm doing an impression if I can?
If you can. It doesn't have to be per se.
Okay, so it would be something like this. Okay, so the Cold War is reheated up. Well, children, if you remember back in the day, we couldn't trust Gorbachev with that thing on his head. Reminded me much of a hoe I knew down on 34th Street. But we love them Russians now, don't we, children?
Oh, I think I got it. Joe Buffet?
Hold on, restart that. All right, here we go. With the reheating of the Cold War, we're going to take you and bump you up.
So easy.
This one's so easy too.
I hate the Cold War.
Fuck the Soviet Union. Oh.
I don't get it. Keep going. All right. Joe Gatto is Mr. Robinson.
That's right.
Oh, you should have went, Hans! Joe Buffet, obviously Hans and Franz. And Derek D, Opera Man.
There you
Opera
go.
Boy, Opera Boy.
Man.
Oh, man.
Opera Man. All right, 3 for 3. All right, pick another one. Gatto, you can go ahead and say what your topic is.
The 2016 being an election year, what do you think the Republicans have to do to reestablish credibility?
Well, the Republicans will establish credibility as long as they're on a mission from God.
Oh, he's not going to get that. That's good, though. Derek.
All right, first off, you gotta go to this place called the Republicans down on 7th. It is the best because if you go there, you'll get a hot dog smothered in chili, cheese, and especially cherries. Try it; it's to die for.
It's the worst.
Oh, what was the question again?
I don't remember. With 2016 being
I already know what the goddamn question is. And if you ask it one more time, you're going to be living in a van
got it.
down by the river.
Okay.
You actually sounded like that was good.
Nice. You know, sometimes I pull out magic.
Can I have a little more follow-up, Maffei?
Let me see. We're doing it to save the orphanage.
Still not going to get
You're
it.
not even doing like dude, try to do the.
How do you do their voices? That was the last clue. They're there.
All right.
Hey, somebody's gotta lose,
You're,
right?
you're Stefan, Derek D, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, you're Farley, the motivational speaker.
Yes, sir.
I don't know you. I'm going to say the church lady? Oh, no, you said the Blues Brothers.
Oh, do we give it to him?
No, he showed me the paper.
Oh, no, we don't give it to him. All right, one wrong for Gatto.
Yep.
All right, Joe, you want to spew out your topic?
Yes. I hear that they're going to repeal the seatbelt law and make it optional for people over 18. What are your thoughts?
Wow. Derek D.
Well, here's the thing. I think seatbelts are a great thing. They should be staying in cars for as long as. Hold on. I've a clip. Talk amongst yourselves.
Ooh, that's good.
Seatbelts or free for all. Discuss.
That's pretty good. It's
That is really good.
Right?
I don't know what these things are things called. Seatbelts. I don't know. Let's rub our heads together.
I need to make eye contact with Joe. I'm getting down low.
Seatbelts should be optional. Seatbelts should be optional.
What the hell? Oh, let me see.
Go, keep going. No,
I got the that coffee clutch lady that coffee talk scene.
yeah, that's it, coffee
And you're
talk,
definitely
right?
the cone heads.
I was.
But I don't know. I mean, I gotta say Garrett Morris hearing impaired.
Yeah.
Very well done.
What was the line, Joe? At the end, have a no. He would
Have a
go
pleasant tomorrow.
Chevy Chase. What would he say?
Have a pleasant tomorrow, right?
Have a great day.
Have a pleasant tomorrow.
Have a great day and have a pleasant tomorrow. All right. We got one more, right? Joe, pick one more out.
I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah, it's your turn. So you got 3 for 3.
So far.
All right. It's always a tie on PBR, although Gatto automatically lost, right?
Politically charged question.
I'm sorry, but did that guy just knock on the door and say keep it down?
Yeah.
I apologize. I didn't know that until after I yelled.
I don't even know who that guy is.
He must live here.
He must live here. So I think we might have done this before, but it's kind of funny. So getting your kids vaccinated, yes or no? You know, the vaccination thing.
Well, if you want your kids to look marvelous, you need to get them vaccinated, baby.
What do your kids look like?
They're marvelous.
I've got to, stop this bomb from detonating, but first I'm going to tie my shoes. And then I'm going to take my kids to get vaccinated.
Oh, man.
All right, you're done.
I think it's done.
Crazy, you're done. You're Steve Martin, but what is that character's name?
Oh, wow.
Wrong on both counts.
Dan Aykroyd?
No.
Oh, you look
Marvelous. You have them.
Hold on.
There's a list. There's a list of names here if you want to look.
I didn't want to look down.
Oh, okay.
It's as clear as
Oh, it's Billy Crystal. Come
Yeah,
on.
Fernando Lamas.
You're MacGruber and you're Wayne's World.
I am. So,
MacGruber.
what do we have? We have a tie for
I
first
lost.
place.
Yeah, I lost.
Gatto,
I didn't get one. I missed the most obscure.
It's great. But you and Derek tied for second, and
That's
that makes
fine.
Derek happy.
Okay, there you
because
go.
he loves second place. That's Ask the SNL characters. Pretty good, guys. Way to go.
Not bad, not bad.
Who knew that some people could do impersonations, right?
And some kids.
Is that real? That seatbelt thing?
Yes.
What was it?
They're thinking of making the seatbelt law optional for people over 18. But I've seen people get bounced around in the back seat, so I'm going to keep wearing it.
Yeah, why would it be optional all of a sudden?
Should be
Because it
optional.
violates our civil rights.
Should be
Something
optional.
small like that.
I mean, it's your call, right?
Your car.
Technically.
Oh, because if
Your
you want
car,
to
your
kill, if you
life.
want to be an idiot, be an idiot.
Your
Yeah.
car, your life.
Laws are made to protect other people from you, not
Right.
you from yourself.
Oh, I never looked at it that way, man.
The right way to look at it. Don't try to give me a ticket on it. Don't try to make money off me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's stupid.
Have people been having an issue and fighting that and winning because of that kind of it's
Not
an
yet.
infringement on your rights?
No, nothing yet.
We're going to talk about that on FLD, actually. That's a great topic.
Oh, what are you gonna like?
We'll use that as a Fastlane Daily question of the day for the audience. We do one every day. That's a great one.
Is there like an outcry for people somewhere in the country like, leave me alone? I don't want to wear a seatbelt that I'm not aware of.
I'm not sure. I'm not part of that group.
That's the group to be the part of.
Yeah.
If this law changes, when I don't plug my seatbelt in, will the dinging stop?
No, the thing's there forever. There's no way you're getting rid of that thing.
I'm on board if the ding stops.
Things after a while, it stops after a while.
Now they say that, but there's always that one more thing.
It always comes.
Driving down the road.
I think it's done.
There's always that final thing.
You ever try to talk to somebody on the phone while they're driving and they don't have their seatbelt on and it's just dinging the entire time?
Yep. Because they're talking in their phone and they're drinking a coffee and they're not even paying attention to the driving. Yeah.
Going 82 miles an hour in a van
That's what's
82 off.
through Connecticut.
That's what's so ridiculous, though. Like, you can get a ticket for being on your phone, but technically they're not pulling people over drinking coffee. You've seen people reading books,
Put makeup on.
put makeup on. I mean, there's all kinds of things people are doing that are way more distracting than being on the phone. And if you're holding it, like getting GPS directions, the act of holding it, you get a ticket.
See, I don't think they should ticket looking at the phone. I think they should ticket something that embarrasses you, like crotch staring. I think that would be a really good ticket to give people because then you got to go home and be like, I got a $50 ticket for staring at my dick.
What are you talking about?
Well, when
No,
people are
see, no,
texting
he's
on the
right.
phone, they're always looking down, that they're looking at their junk.
I didn't get
But if you give them a ticket for that, they're
It's
gonna be-
always more embarrassing when you have to hand in the paperwork that says
Yeah,
crotch staring. Like whenever I
exactly.
write a personal check to anyone, in the memo I always write sexual favors. So when they go to like cash that check,
Right.
it says in the memo it says sexual favors, no matter what that check is for. It's amazing. You should do it.
I'm going to start doing that.
Do
or some
it.
form
It's
of it.
unbelievable. It's one of the best jokes to do. It's so great because it pays off dividends. And don't point it out when you give it to the person. On my rent check, it always says November, sexual favors.
Oh, that's great.
no one ever says anything?
No one.
That's
I'm sure the
so
banker does to
great.
people. It's amazing. The memo is the punchline of the check.
Joe's giving it out again.
I'm telling you.
Show title. The memo is the punchline of the check. Please write that down. Notate.
That's a good one.
I'm going to do that on the next check I write. The only problem is I haven't written a physical check in the last 5
The
years.
only check I still write is rent.
Me too. This month, if you're writing out a check, you go ahead and we'll send you a T-shirt. We won't, but we'll you do it and we'll say thank you.
We'll tweet it. We'll tweet the
We'll
hell out of
tweet
it.
the hell out of it. Listen, anybody writing a personal check right now, do me a favor. Go right to that memo section and just write sexual favors if you're over 18. Otherwise, put your seatbelt on.
Tag Joe Gatto and PBR.
Hashtag PBR Posse. Do me a favor, everybody. Blank out the numbers.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, because people don't think of that. We don't want your bank stuff getting stolen. So just make sure it's just a picture of the memo
And maybe your address.
and just social security number. It's really fun at weddings.
Oh my God, you do that at weddings?
Casey Jost.
Oh man.
Casey Jost's check.
I don't think I'm going to go to another wedding for a long time. bro. I'm like out of that cycle.
Those
of
are
weddings.
really the two things you write checks for, right? Gifts, wedding gifts.
Yeah, I'll be at a wedding May 1st.
You got to do it.
Chris Beekman's wedding.
gotta
I was
do
just
it.
at his bachelor party in New Orleans. Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
It's fun.
Sexual favor.
Well, oh my God, there's so many things to do.
I'm doing it.
God, I feel like I
Credit card companies, everything. Imagine because somebody's cashing that check, somebody's walking and putting that into a teller.
Do you think most people look at the memo?
No.
Greg Oliver, when he does some directing and I shoot for him, I'm working for Secret Weapon Films. So my check comes from Secret Weapon Films, and every single time in the memo or somewhere on the check or on the envelope, he writes "suck it."
Nice.
Right? That's like his thing.
Yeah.
You know? But sexual favors, dude.
It's fun. Play at home. Play at home.
Or on social media, blanking out numbers and address.
Well, you start at home.
Right? It all begins.
If you live in a bank, you're all set.
What's with all these crazy bastards? Dakota Johnson, she started a controversy on Saturday Night Live with the sketch about ISIS. Did you guys see the sketch?
Yes.
So basically, if you didn't see it, you could look at it on anywhere, really. Just type in ISIS sketch SNL. Not everyone was thrilled about it. The clip is a perfect parody of a Toyota ad that shows a tearful father dropping off an army-bound daughter at the airport, except instead of jumping in and joining the army, the teenage daughter, played by Johnson, bids goodbye to her father as she heads off to join an Islamic State. Not everyone thought this was funny. What's up with these crazy bastards, man? I mean, it's comedy.
Ugh.
Right? How did you guys feel about it?
Take a joke.
It's take a joke. I mean, it's look what SNL did right after 9/11. Like, it was like 2 weeks and they were back at it. I mean, you need to make people laugh. That's what makes people happy. Period. I mean, and if we don't do stuff like that on SNL, they're winning even more. You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. I think it was hilarious and well done.
Did anyone expect to hear the national anthem playing behind his answer? Because I remember at the end of that.
Oh, I wish I had that queued up. I'm not that bad.
What do you think, Joe?
I laughed at it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all I could go by, right? Some people laugh at it, some people don't. I laughed at it. All people have opinions. So I think I I was surprised they went there, but I didn't.
Why?
Because
why?
There's other things to make fun of. Like I'm not saying they're wrong for going there. I'm surprised that's what they spent some of those minutes on. But I thought it was funny, so I didn't take offense to it.
Is there anything more ridiculous than people leaving this country to go
That's
fight
my
with
point,
ISIS?
man. Think about who you're making fun of. It's not like you're poking fun at someone that's indefensible or that doesn't deserve to be, or it's 9/11 where it's not time maybe to make fun of it.
Well, those girls left from London, but the country is indifferent, right? Because they didn't leave from like this. They didn't have an opportunity for a better life. I mean, London is considered another one of a country where you could make a future for yourself. You know what I mean? It's not like these radicals that are leaving from the middle of the sand.
Right. So we're saying the same thing?
That's the sirens that are going to get us.
That guy that we woke up.
I said, he's like, these kids are talking about ISIS down there. You got to go arrest them.
I don't know, man. I just don't see a problem with it. I think.
Hey, I laughed at it. So, I mean, my whole life, if I laugh at something, I think it's funny. So that's I just thought it was funny. And, just leave for the cop sirens. That's funny. The last we ever heard of them.
Oh, man. F ISIS.
Yeah, F
whatever.
ISIS.
Hey, come on, they're not that bad. Well, I mean, of course, F ISIS.
On the B side of this episode, we're going to have Colin Jost from Saturday Night Live. Maybe we'll get him to chime in about it. On the way out, Gatto, anything you want to plug?
I would like to make sure that everyone plugs their banks.
Right, with sexual favors.
Go to banks, #sexual favors.
I'm just thanking Joe Gatto for coming out and hosting with us again. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Joe Gatto. Go watch Impractical Jokers. It shows the most hilarious show on TV right now.
When are we going to see you again?
I'll see you next week.
All right, pizzabeerrevolution.com. You can find us on the web, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Give us some love, and we will love you back. Maybe with sexual favors.
Maybe.
not.
You never know.
Definitely.
See you.